Hey guys, it's time to Nefus and chill, and a lot of people come to our Discord at ESOU or ESO University for optimal champion point allocations. What this means is we have CP allocations for red, green, and blue CP, particularly for trials and arenas and so forth. Even before it was ESOU and it was just my server, people still came from far and wide for all these CP allocations, and now we've updated them all for Greymoor. Note that these will not be updated or appear at the current ESOU website address, because that's my old website. We'll actually put all of these and future updated CP allocations onto version 1, onto the new ESOU website when version 1 launches, hopefully within the next 5 or so weeks. So the Discord's allocation channels will be the only ones up to date for this patch for the time being, and I'm sorry if it inconveniences you to come to the Discord, but if you want the updated CP, you're gonna have to come to Discord, or I can just show you guys, and you can pause the video to see the CP allocations if you don't have Discord or don't want to come to Discord. Anyway, most of the adjustments made for Greymoor were green CP for damage dealers, mostly because the bashing or bash weaving got nerfed or over nerfed. Keep note, the amount of tenacity will depend on the sustain offered by your group. For Vampire Magic DPS this patch, as of Greymoor, the usage of Blood for Blood shouldn't see a need for you to really put any points into tenacity, and for really good groups that offer, sustain, you still don't need tenacity, usually. With the removal of bash weaving for damage, we now have a lot more green points to work with in terms of, using it for other perks. So keep that in mind while you're reading through the CP allocations. We're also going to try to come up with a PvP red CP, because we did recently bring in, new professors, but they are for PvP. We got amazing players like Kiri, Pelican, Muskrat, Turtle, Annie, Delirious, helping us with the PvP side of endgame. We also added a few more PvE professors like Wonders and other people. So make sure to come to the Discord if you have any questions for us. Anyway, as always, before I show you the CP, just keep in mind that these serve as templates, especially the red CP. But these templates have served pretty well under pressure, like for no death titles, score pushing, and if better CP allocations are found again from better results through more rigorous testing in raids, parses, and such, we will update them. This means other variations that fall within a negligible line of difference mathematically are totally okay to use. You don't have to exactly have like 29 sprinter. If you have like 25, 20 sprinter, that's fine. As always, thanks for your support. We are very close to hitting 6,000 members in this Discord community. It's been an amazing ride so far. You guys are the best. And let's show you the CP. So, like I noted here, we do have to take note that this is for raid dummy parsing, and for to compensate for the lack of penetration, or rather, for the penetration on the dummy, we will need 5,850 additional penetration with all debuffs in raid, so in the context of trials. And before I move on, let me give a quick shout out to these 4 dudes for helping me out with the DPS Blue CP and providing information that's also available on their YouTube channels: The Asian God, Lico, Skinny Cheeks, and Skinny Cheeks isn't streaming as well at Twitch. You guys may have seen him do so. Check him out on Twitch and follow him on Twitter. And Lulu. Lulu has actually just started ESO content creation, so definitely head over to Lulu's ESO channel. Definitely subscribe to show him your support, just like you do for me. He's been pretty wonderful, helping a lot of people out with their parsing, and also doing videos for both stamina and magic nightblade. If you have any questions about that, the classes are perfectly more than viable for endgame, and in some cases are optimal, so check that out. But anyway, again, big thanks to them, and also big thanks to Styles for sharing the updated healer blue CP for Roaring Opportunist Dorvolds. She also got some assistance from Veal from 4D, so big thanks to those guys as well. Anyway, the Munda Stone will still be the shadow for raids. Even for some foreman content where you may have Alkosh, yeah, it'll still be shadow. Weapon traits for Greymoor It's pretty much roughly the same as Harrowstorm. You do have Charge, which I'm going to add in here later for Magic Dragon Knights as a consideration. But beyond that, it's pretty much the same for now. Magic Nightblade, 61 Elfborn, 64 LE, 10 Spell Erosion, 29 Staff Expert, 72 Master at Arms, and 34 Thaumaturge. According to Lulu, there wasn't a huge difference between 75 and 72 for the off balance perk. So keep that in mind, and also check out his video explaining why and so forth. Stamina Nightblade didn't really change too much. Max Sork didn't change too much either. Stamina Sork with 2-hander didn't change much. Magplar changed a little. We did see an increase in Thaumaturge from 75 to 81. Stam Templar didn't really change much. There was no huge class shifting or like huge overhaul to the combat system between Harrowstorm and Greymoor. So a lot of things I'm showing you are pretty much the same CP allocations you could find from Harrowstorm for the most part. And that's pretty much it for the DP Blue CP. If you guys want to pause the video at this point, if you don't want to come to Discord, feel free to do so. And for the Healer Blue CP, nothing has really changed. If you are going to be wearing Zen with Martial Knowledge, this is going to be your Blue CP, or you have two choices. One is a bit safer, and the other one is more full-on damage. For pure healing, you can do this, or you can just yellow and put 100 to Blessed Elfborn with Roaring Opportunists and Yorvolds, and this is assuming, as the fact says for healing, and again, this is all available to you. Which classes are best fit to run Roaring Opportunists and Yorvolds to maximize uptime? It's gonna be Nightblade, then Dragon Knight, and Sorcerer. So assuming with those classes, you're gonna be having this blue CP allocation. And you will be a vampire with the Shadow Mundus, most likely. Although some testing was done with Thief, I believe, but Shadow will probably win out over Thief. Because really, you only need one hit to keep that maximum of time on a Roaring Opportunist. And for Tank Blue CP, nothing really much has changed. A lot of people will come to the Discord and ask, what does Tactician mean? Tactician is the CP perk you get by setting someone or something off balance by rule dodging its attack successfully. Not really used too commonly. I've only used this in recent memory on VAS hard mode on my Necro Tank, when it was a stamina DPS raid composition. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the Tank Blue CP. And like I said earlier, we do have plans to put out at least one PvP red CP template, like, oh, how much resistance should you have? Because a lot of people, especially PvEers, don't know exactly where to start. You know what I mean? And there are so many varied builds out there, but it is possible, according to the PvP professors, to have some sort of base template or a good starting point. So hopefully this will be updated here pretty soon, within the day, as of the uploading of this video. So look forward to that. Elros Citadel, again, like I said earlier, green CP change. You'll notice here that bashing focus it is going to be rid of. I don't think this is properly updated, my apologies. But all the bashing focus pretty much here is going to go towards Warlord, Shadow Lord, Tenacity, and so forth. I think those just have to be deleted. But everything else should be fine. And 56 Warlord, 37 Sprinter, etc. I mean, this is for Ethereum Archive. I'll just not, read out loud every single champion point. But you can, again, pause and see which ones you'd want. And this is for Sanctum of Fidia. Again, no bashing focus. But you'll notice also that the red CP was slightly adjusted from 70 to 73. This is because of a jump point, but not really a huge difference, just something to be adjusted. And this is for Maw of Lordconch. We do have allocations in red and green CP for Magicka and Stamina DPS, Healer, Main Tank, Off Tank, and Off Tank Stamina DPS. Halls of Fabrication, it's going to be pretty much the same. I think from Halls through Asylum to Cloud Rest and Sunspire, it's not really changed too much. Again, only thing that's changed is bashing focus, and this is a CP you can use. And again, pretty much all the CP here has been used for no deathing, score pushing, and so forth. So if it worked for endgame groups, it will definitely work most likely for your groups. And Simon's Contorium, again, nothing much has changed. I'm sure you guys will get sick of me saying that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, feel free to pause the video. For Cloud Rest, we didn't really have too much bashing focus in the previous iteration of the CP allocations anyway, so it's gonna pretty much remain unchanged. And here we have the CP allocation for Mag DPS and when they go, do the portal mechanics, top, when they're not doing portal mechanics. And we have a CP allocation for the kite healer and the main tank and constant off tank. And we also do have it for group healer as well. Pretty much they almost share the same identical CP. Sunspire, we have max stam DPS, CP allocation. These allocations were used for Godslayer or multiple Godslayers, so keep that in mind. And of course you can feel free to adjust it. And Kind's Ages. This is what Brennan and Wonders helped me with. For Mag and Stam DPS, it's gonna be 56 Warlord, 8 Sprinter, 76 Arcanist and Mooncalf, if depending on your DPS, but most people are gonna bring Mag into Kind's Ages, so I don't really see Stam really being a solid option yet until people kind of master the content for the time being. 56 Tumbling, 74 Shadow Warden, and we had considerations actually, or we had discussions to raise this to 81 Ironclad, but more or less, I think the difference will be negligible between 73 Ironclad and 81 Ironclad. But if you do think you need more mitigation against direct damage by 1%, feel free to do 81 Ironclad. You can take away things from Spell Shield and apply to that. We have 27 Hardy. This can be raised if you're having issues with the group stacking poisons from the poison totems. Those can be purged as well by the healers. So this is why we have such a low amount of CP into Hardy. Now, depending on your group, take note again. This came from the group or people in the group that did the world's first Kind's Ages hard mode speedrun no death on day 1 of Greymoor. You can definitely pump this up if you're having trouble with ads, or if you're having certain problems with mechanics that inflict Hardy or Hardy based damage. Otherwise, it's gonna pretty much remain the same. There aren't too many dots from what I've personally found in Kind's Ages. There's a lot of direct damage and magic based damage, but not too many dots that will give you too much trouble provided your group is prepared. The quick recovery is pretty nice for additional healing received, especially during the second and third phase of the last boss fight on hard mode. For tanks, you'll notice that the elemental defender is pretty low, and for those of you who've tanked the hard mode or even non-hard mode, the physical damage done by the bosses plus the mini on the last boss can be pretty scary. Is probably the best way to put it. So that's the CP allocation here is going to reflect that for the tanks. For Bastion, if you are a Dragon Knight, you can consider taking some points away from quick recovery and heavy armor focus and allocating into that if you're going to be using like Igneous Shield for the group. And that's pretty much it. Again, you can pause the video if you want to copy down the CP. Dragonstar Arena, again, not much. Maelstrom Arena, a couple of tweaks again with same thing with the other CP allocations, 73 Ironclad, but again, not a huge difference. And Black Rose Prison. And that's it. Hopefully you will enjoy using these CP allocations. If you have any questions about these CP allocations, let me know down in the comments below, or come to the Discord. And the links to the other content creators and also the Discord server will be in the video description should you need handy access or readily available access to them. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys as always. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you guys next time.